All right, guys. Justin Nicely with Can't Hall of Shame. We are live at Hartville Flea Market, man. When I say that it was be a crowd, we weren't joking. It's going to be a crowd. Waiting for Connie Reguli to join us here on the live today. We got our veteran here.
Hi, guys.
Mr. Brad Post.
Hope you're all doing well today. Just got done driving 2 hours to be here to try to educate some people and let them know what I've been through and what other people have been through. Getting tired of, everybody dealing with the courts. It's not fair that we have to suffer. So I'm here to support everybody.
Amen. We have the veterans here in support. We have 1%ers. We have teachers, lawyers, doctors, judges, everybody all over the place. We have Justin Harley, Ohio Justice Wall of Shame. Get your QR codes. Make sure you pick them up, guys. Protect yourself, protect your children, protect your families. If you get the chance to come out, guys, make sure that you sign our petitions for ending qualified immunity throughout the state against all government workers. In qualified immunity in the state of Ohio against all government officials. Only way they're held accountable is if we stand up. And we ask everybody, come on out to the Hartville Flea Market. We got some goodie bags for those that want to fill out surveys. If you've been affected by the courts, law enforcement, and judges, or anyone, come on out, and we're going to sit there and be having guest speakers. I'm waiting for Connie to jump on this live with us here. And as you guys can see, the crowd is massive.
He wasn't going to sign it. He said he's not going to sign it until the Democrats get him off.
Well, it's a good thing we're nonpartisan, folks. We don't care if you're red, blue, white, black, orange, yellow, green, purple. We don't care. We do not care. We want you out here putting your signatures on papers, filling out these surveys.
Sign our petition today to take a stand against the government corruption of them taking our babies. No cash for kids.
No cash for kids. Come scan the QR code. Protect the children and families here, ladies and gentlemen. As you see, we got no cash for kids. Surveys there. Angel advocacy. Scan the QR code. Protect yourself. How you doing today, sir? Cuyahoga County. We're waiting until afternoon. We're going to have 4 more petitions here for Cuyahoga, sir.
Thank you for the support, sir.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we want you all to come out. We're waiting on Connie to come on here. Don't know if she's on yet, but again, guys, Hartville Flea Market.
You need to get hit now.
We are encouraging everyone to come on out. If you haven't picked up a copy of your parents' Bible, scan the QR code, protect your children and families. We're going to have guest speakers at noon, speak out to the public. Those with the Ohio Coalition Ending Qualified Immunity, we're going to have, as well as myself, Justin Harley, we got Brad Post, several others speaking out against the atrocities going on here in the state of Ohio. And the only way that we are able to do and make a difference is we have to stand up. Yep. What county are you in? Summit? We got Summit County. There you go.
Going to give you all your rights and help protect you against children coming in your home.
I think I fractured my arm yesterday.
You all right, brother? Yeah, you got a lump right there. Yeah, so we're asking everybody to come and get your QR code and make sure that you sign the petition to end qualified immunity against all government workers in the state of Ohio. How you doing today, young man? Very well, very well. As y'all see, man, the crowd is enormous as we expected great weather today. All throughout. And again, we're sending the call out for everybody. Get on out here. Learn how to protect yourself. Looking for Connie right now. I'm not sure where she's at. Charlene, if you could let her know that we got the live going. We're waiting on her now. How y'all doing today? Do y'all like to sign the petition to end qualified immunity to all government officials in the state of Ohio? Only way we hold them accountable is if we stand up. We also encourage you. What county are you in, ma'am? Tuscarawas County? We got Tusk County? We got Tusk County?
No, we don't.
No. Afternoon, we'll have 4 more petitions out for Wayne, Lorraine, Tusk, and
Okay.
Is that it over there? We can call it. How y'all doing today? Would you like to sign the petition to end qualified immunity extended to all government officials?
Put your hand in there, sir.
Ending qualified immunity in the state of Ohio against all government workers. This includes law enforcement, judges, caseworkers, any of them responsible that are under that title and role. We hold them to a higher standard, not giving them the benefit of the doubt when they screw up. What county are you in, sir? Stark County?
No,
Summit? Right here, sir. We also encourage you, if you want, scan the QR code. That's the parent's Bible. Protect you, your children, your family. Pass it out to friends and family and loved ones. The petition incentive, if you want to read up on what it's about, it's right up in the front there. As y'all see, guys, the crowd is getting big. It's not showing me on here as far as her an audience member here, Charlene. I'm not sure where she's at. And happy Memorial Day to all of you out here. What better way to sit there and honor those who have given the ultimate sacrifice today than to sit there and fight for our rights? We're encouraging everybody, hashtag stand up. Those of you that want to end the qualified immunity of the state of Ohio against government officials and workers, please do not hesitate. Come sign the petition today. Scan your QR code, learn how to protect your children and families, and make sure that our babies are safe. Currently, right now, we have 460,000 children missing in the United States through CPS and government officials. Right here, currently in the state of Ohio, we have 16,319 children belonging to state care. 85% of those incarcerated come from single-parent family homes and fatherless children. 73% of those that are homeless between the ages of 18 and 35 aged out of foster care. 90% of your homeless population comes from fatherless children, single-parent family homes. We are encouraging everybody, learn how to protect yourself, build your village, protect these children, ladies and gentlemen. Get your parents' Bible today, free, scan your QR code. Sign the petition to end qualified immunity in the state of Ohio against government workers. All right, guys, we're hoping that Connie can come on in here. As we have got a hell of a crowd going on out here today, guys. Can't hold a shame with the Ohio Justice Warrior Project. We also have, oh man, we got Coalition to Qualified Immunity. We got Brad Folsey, the United States Marines, showing all the love for our veterans since that they have given the ultimate sacrifice. Connie's joining us in here. Hopefully we don't have anything that's going on here. All right, Connie, I'm adding you in now. There she is. And how are you doing today, Connie? I don't know if you're able to hear us. Hey, Connie, I don't know if your mic is muted or not. Are you able to hear us?
The only reason that happened was she jumped off the building and killed herself.
Charlene, our friend request is accepted. We already got her signed in here. It's saying it's accepted. I'm not sure. Saying that she's on here, but she might have to go back out and come back in again.
Yep, it's crazy. Yeah, my never touched her. Never touched her one time, right? Never.
How y'all doing today? Sign a petition to end qualified immunity extended to all government officials in the state of Ohio. Only way we hold them accountable is if you stand up. Not sure if Connie's able to hear me or not here. We have her on, but it's not even. Connie. I'm not showing her on there. I can't hear her or not. No, that'll be on her end. I haven't muted her mic. Not that I know of. No, she's going to have to mute her mic there. Come back in real quick. See if she could just send me another invite real fast. Try this one more time. See if we can get her in here. Saying it's adding you now, Connie.
Hey,
There we go.
all right, good.
Awesome. How are you doing today, Connie? This wonderful Memorial
Good.
Day.
Yeah, I think I was trying to talk to Shar at the same time, so my cell phone can't do multi mics, so I was having trouble hearing you. Okay, good.
Understandable.
Yeah, so great that you guys are out there. That is so awesome. If Shar will probably share this over to Family Forward Project and show me again what you have there on your table. Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am. We have right now on the QR codes. This is our parents' Bible. It's shepherdized version for the state of Ohio to sit there, protect our children and families all throughout the state. Telling everybody and encouraging them, go ahead, copy it, scan it, share with your friends and loved ones. We also have Canton Hall of Shame with the same QR code and everyone else along those lines. And as well, no cash for kids.
All right. Yay.
We have our community service survey for injustice for those that have been wronged by government officials, law enforcement, courts.
Wow.
They can leave their information anonymously, or if they would like to publicly tell their story to the masses, they're able to do such.
Yay.
And of course, we have Angel Advocacy, who has been much help in all of this today as far as being able to get this event successful. And much big shout out to Charlene and all you guys, ladies over there, for what y'all been doing for us here. Canton Hall of Shame says thank you so much.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
we also
And
have petitions going out right now for ending the qualified immunity throughout the state of Ohio for government officials.
yeah, I know a lot of the people, just ordinary people, may not understand qualified immunity, but you just have to explain to them that it is a judge-created doctrine to protect government officials. And then, unfortunately, what has happened is some of our state legislators have captured that qualified immunity language and now put it in some of our statutes, such as in government tort liability and stuff. So really, the people need to grasp hold of the fact that when you are wronged by a government official, whether it's a false arrest, whether it's a false prosecution, whether it is a search, like going through your cell phone or coming in your house or going through your email account, I mean, those are protected activities, and they should not be getting immunity. And now they have made immunity so difficult to overcome that the average citizen is just not protected at all. And your rights, your constitutional rights created under the Bill of Rights, and then, as some of them are even set forth in statutory law, are being whittled away because of qualified immunity. So it's how they protect themselves, it's how they cover themselves, it's how they escape liability. And I spent 30 years protecting people from the government. So I totally understand, I'm fighting qualified immunity myself, as we have that case pending in the Sixth Circuit, which is going to be a very, very important critical case. It will show how far can they go? Can they even make up a fake crime to be able to prosecute an average citizen? So I know, some of your people there are going to go like, they don't even know what that is. But, if you can just give them some kind of an inquiry, just say, hey, you just want to take a look at this and see what's going on here, because it may not affect you today, but somebody in your life is probably going to be affected by this.
Very true. And that is a huge domino that needs to fall all throughout the country, not just here in the state of Ohio, but considering the fact that we have been rated the #1 trafficking hub in the nation, we have had no choice but to step up. And that's what the whole agenda is. That's what our whole game plan is. That's what the whole movement is. Hashtag stand up. Because that's what these children in our families and all of us need, to build that village, to stand up against tyranny, to stand up against the corrupt, speak out and say something when we see something. And together,
Absolutely. And be able to find candidates and vote and go to your politicians. I've got the actual statistics right here in front of me, and it shows right here that every year there are 4,365,000 call-ins for child abuse involving 7,693,000 children. 52% of those are screened out. So, there are some 2 million reports that there's some type of disposition and finding, but most of those, and a lot of those are by professionals, but we know teachers are reporting that children are abused instead of talking to the family, instead of trying to find out what the family situation is. And 3 million children. So when you say 400,000 are missing, 3 million children are affected by investigations every year in the
every
United
year,
States. 3
every
million
year.
kids. And that means when you talk about their parents, their siblings, their aunts and uncles, I mean, you easily have 10 million people a year affected by this. And that's a substantial number, a substantial amount in the population of the United States.
It is. And here in Ohio alone, considering the fact, like I said, we have been ranked the #1 trafficking hub in the nation, we, as Ohioans here in this state, have no choice and opportunity but to do nothing but raise the bar, lead by example, and hopefully we're going to set the spark that lights fire throughout the entire nation is our goal. And again, the only way that we do this is a unified front by the masses, and we stand up.
Yeah. Yeah. And if everybody just learns a little bit, you don't have to be knowledgeable at every level, but if you just learn a little bit, and we should know this after COVID, COVID was the game changer, right? Like everybody mask up. You can't go to church, but you can go to a bar, right? So people should have learned this after COVID. And it seems like after COVID, we went to sleep and we forgot about it. And yet the government control is all around us. And if people just stop and look at the amount of taxes they pay, I mean, you pay not only sales tax, you pay property tax, I had to spend the night in a hotel this weekend, and my room was only $130, but I had another $35 in taxes. If people really look at the amount of taxes that they're paying, if you go get tires changed on your car, they charge you an extra tax to get rid of the other car or get rid of the other tires. I mean, if you go to a downtown metropolitan city and you want to park your car on the street that your tax dollars have already paid for, you have to pay another tax just to park your car in a metropolitan area where you've already paid for the streets and the sidewalks and the government buildings. If people just stop and look at how much taxes they're paying, I mean, if you go to court and you have a filing fee, that's a tax. If you get a parking ticket, that's a tax. I mean, how much money the government is sucking away from you every single day of your life, then you would be motivated to want to make some changes at the government level.
It's true. And that's why we're sitting here fighting like hell out here, especially all throughout the nation, to sit there and set the incentive to get people off their butts. Realize that, the power only lies within yourself. You're only going to be able to sit there and make any type of difference in what you're willing to put forth selflessly in this cause. And without people standing up, we are not going to get anything done. This is going to take the unified masses to empower themselves with the knowledge needed to protect themselves, their friends, their family, their loved ones, their children. Pass that knowledge on to others, build the village, and between all of those aspects together, you're going to be able to sit there and fight back. And that's what we're empowering the masses to do here now, today, and for the rest of the time. And we're going to carry on the legacy of Nancy Schaefer, hopefully not being martyred for the cause in the process.
Well, and Ohio has one of the biggest numbers of removals. I know they have a lot of child trafficking, but they have a really, really high number of child removals to CPS. And if people also understood what a money game it was, so not only are your tax dollars like being sucked away from you and squandered, your tax dollars are actually being used to traffic children. because the government's using the money. They're hiring private companies. They're giving companies money to be able to hold your children hostage and traffic them. So if you just like, if people like, they want to say, oh, there's bad parents, but actually it's so much more than that. It's not really even about bad parents. It's about how can we capture a child, hold the child hostage, monetize that child, put that child through a private corporation, and then be able to up the daily rate on them anywhere from $59 a day up to $600 a day. I mean, a child who reacts because they're removed and they're aggressive and they hold them out as an aggressive child, they can get $500,000 a year. They can monetize that child for and set him up to be be incarcerated as an adult because they're messing with his head so much.
Very true. And the incentivization that they have to sit there and remove these children, I mean, think about how many people that this employees. It's not just law enforcement and the caseworkers and the guardians and the judges and the magistrates. We're talking how many mental caseworkers are being hired and employed by this godforsaken system and contracted to make up their bullcrap assessments on these parents to retain custody of their children even longer. Let's talk about all these drug counselors that are set up, all these parenting classes that are set up. We also have all the bonus incentives that they give for sign-on bonuses for those that have, anywhere between like $5,000 to $10,000 that they have a master's or a doctorate in casework. Plus, let's talk about their year-end bonuses that they get for every child that they have in their incentive program on giving bonuses to be able to retain children in system care and custody. So,
Yep,
I mean, the
that's
money is
right.
there. We're talking over $600 billion a year incentive that we plan to take away from Title 4D, 4E. We're going to make it to where if they are going to kidnap our children, that they are going to have a criminal charge connected with it. No more JR6s, no more dependency issues. If it's a dependency issue, they need to be helping these families, not crucifying them and ripping them apart and destroying the family element even further. So here in the state
Yeah.
of Ohio, we are taking that stand, and we encourage every single one of you out there to do the same. Hashtag stand up.
Yeah, absolutely. And the children too. I mean, the psychological warfare that they're playing on these children and totally destroying their ability to feel safe in their relationships. And when you do that to a child, I mean, that's one of the most important things as a parent that we do is create a secure environment for the child to be able to have secure relationships when they become an adult. And if they can't become an adult and understand the continuity of relationships, the trust in a relationship, the understanding what home is, what your boundaries are, instead of flipping these kids from foster home to foster home to foster home. I mean, the average child, even in Tennessee, who is bragging about doing a good job, they admit that the child is in 4.4 different placements in 1 year. I mean, just think about that. What if I came to your house every 3 months, every 2.5 months, and told you you had to move, right? And I'm taking you to a stranger's house every 3 months. I mean, even for an adult, how would you adjust to that?
It's traumatic and it's generational. I mean, again, everything that ASL's been put into place since 1993 with the overbuild pushing it forward all the way since the 70s when it was first introduced. Nancy Schaefer tried to warn us all about the atrocities of this bill and what it would do. And then coming after it, the Foster Care Independent Act, since they had started taking all the children, they needed to incentivize a place to sit there and put them in to keep the money going. Then after that, they come up with the child care, what was it? You have
ASPA.
ASPA,
Mhm.
American Safe Families Act. You have the Foster Care Independent Act. And then you got the Child Health Care Act of 2000, which also had all the statistics, all the data, all the money and monetary gains that they're able to hide because they're controlling it all.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. They are controlling
between
it all.
all of those different legislations put into place since 1993 all the way up in 2000, and through the William J. Clinton and the Clinton Foundation and Lisa Les Wexner, and we know about the ties with the trafficking and with all these children. It's just a matter of they know that good and well nobody's going to hold them accountable until now. So
Yeah.
the way we change the system is that less system involvement for these children. We walk away from the family courts instead of filing motions. We teach people the power of what the unity of a village can bring, and how that we will be able to sit there, protect our children and families by the use of the masses to be able to defend and protect them with. We
Well, and
teach
they
people in
also, and the other part of that money equation is the privatization. So they started
oh yeah,
privatizing it all. They started creating, and that really happened in about the 90s too, or the early 2000s, I think, is when I tracked back in Tennessee, where we started having Omni, and Omni went into child welfare services. Youth Villages is the largest contractor in Tennessee, and they are totally hold themselves out as a nonprofit. And the guy who runs it, Patrick Lawler, his income is $1.5 million a year. And so, and he has he is getting all tax dollars, $95 million a year his organization gets, and he makes 1.5 million, and it's all about kids. It's all about kids. It's about holding kids hostage, putting kids in group homes, giving them counseling. $95 million a year and a $1.5 million income. I mean, who makes $1.5 million a year? I mean, that's like major CEO corporate income level.
very true. I mean, we have ties with Les Wexner. If anybody isn't familiar, beautiful, Les Wexner and their ties to HHS, Health and Human Services. Them even putting into play, algorithm case study back in 2020 using Project Daphne to initiate SB 174, where they specifically talk about how there is no more parental rights. It's just parental responsibilities and the system's dictation to be able to decide on whether or not if you're doing a good enough job, and them to decide on, you know what, we're going to do it better, and you have no choice in the matter. I mean, bills like this is what's going on all across the country, to where, again, the government is incentivizing and making it easier for them to rip children away from the homes, making it
Yeah, and so
easier for them to not be
yep.
held accountable.
And this is why I need people active at the state level. In Tennessee, right now, there is going around the country, I think 27 states now have some kind of parental rights bill, but they all differ. And in Tennessee, they came in, a large nonprofit organization, Alliance Defending Freedom, came into Tennessee, and they wanted this Parental Rights and Responsibilities Act, and they pushed it, and I argued against it. And everybody was like, Connie, why are you arguing against it? And I'm going to tell you exactly why, because it says within the first page of that bill that the parent is a biological parent, an adoptive parent, or any person that a court gives guardianship responsibilities to. So a parent is not a parent at all. As soon as you enact that statute, you are no longer a parent. You have sold your kids out to the court system. The judge can determine anybody is the parent. And I went and I spoke against this over and over. And again, Alliance Defending Freedom has two different nonprofits. Michael Ferris was the head of Alliance Defending Freedom when this was going on. He's now left doing something else. Michael Ferris was the founder of the Homeschool Defense Fund, Homeschool Legal Defense Fund, and then he switched to Alliance Defending Freedom. Of the two different organizations, he's making $1.5 million a year. So we have so monetized our children. We have monetized childhood to the point where we have forgotten the true value of family. We have
Fact.
segregated the whole thing. I mean, the family value is something that you cannot put a price tag on. And when you're selling off children, when you're selling them off to nonprofits, making where the head of them are making $1.5 million a year, you've got a problem. And you can't even find all these organizations. Another one is child help, and these orphan type homes that they set up, but they're not even orphans, they're foster kids. They're shipping kids across state lines without even doing the proper background work when they ship them across state lines to other group homes. The parents are separated from their children by hours and hours and hours of travel time. And we've had children in Tennessee shipped to Virginia and New Hampshire. We had kids from New Hampshire shipped to Tennessee. I mean, it's like, if and the children have no voice. These children have no voice. I mean, I repeatedly have contacts from families talking to me about their child. I just had a recent one. Their child was put in foster care and moved 6 times in like 6 weeks. And the child has no voice. He was abused and beat by a foster child in one of the cases, but the kid has no voice. The kid has no protection. So as people see you today, if we just hope that they just pique their curiosity, if nothing else, if they just pique their curiosity, just understand that our children are going missing, that our children are missing. And when they go into the foster care, and Bailey Templeton in Illinois has tracked a lot of these missing children. The other thing is that people don't understand is they're taking undocumented kids and they're hiding them in the foster care system. So us
Yeah.
taxpayers are paying $250 a day, I think is the number I found, for an undocumented kids to be put in the foster care system. And we don't even know it, and they're not even accounting for them. And what they're doing is they are secretly taking these children to the court to get an order of abandonment, and then they are taking them to INS and they're getting them a visa under this special juvenile status. And I have reported this to congressmen. I've reported it to state legislators. I have reported it to the news, and nobody will raise their voice about it. It's like if they're not knocking at your front door taking your child, you don't want to know about it. But I'm here to tell you, number one, your tax dollars, are funding this system. Your tax dollars are shoving people into the foster care system, and then they're missing or they're held hostage for years. They are aged out of the foster care system just to get more money. Now they have monetized aging out of the system. So if a child stays in the system, and I've seen them convince kids, I've seen them talk to teenagers and say, hey, if you just stay in foster care, you're going to get a free education. You're going to get free health care. You're going to get a monthly allowance if you stay in foster care and you age out of it, as opposed to going back to your parents. That is one of the financial schemes they're doing. And everything that started for a good intention has been perverted by people who have their hands, who are reaching out and getting the money. It is the money. Every child is monetized. Every child is monetized. If your child is in the public school system, your child is being monetized under TECIS, TECIC, I think it is, TECIS. Your child, when they get $1. I mean, they get paid for every day your child is sitting in a seat in a public school. And that's why they have now criminalized truancy. They've now, if your child misses 3 days of school, you can be criminally held liable for missing school, and they can lock you up for 30 days for every single day your child misses school. And the reason they're doing it is because of the money. And they also get a bonus. They get a bonus for every child who's on an IEP. So they want your child to be labeled special education. They get a bonus for every child who's a foster child. They want children who are foster children in their system because they get more money. They want children who are labeled difficult. If they can put a label on them, they can get more money. So your child in the public education system is being monetized. Your child is being monetized. Your child is $1. And some people are really on the educational bent of pull your child out, do homeschool. Not every parent can do homeschool. Not every parent feels like they have the fortitude to be able to do it, or the resources to do it, or they have to work just to pay. They have to work every day, and they need to be able to rely on the public education system to be able to go out and pay their bills. Pay their car payments, pay their gasoline, pay the heat, pay the water in their house. Because if they don't do that, CPS is going to take their child. And if CPS takes their child, then they're going to get more money, and the parents are going to be cut out of it. And then the parents are going to be ordered to pay child support to the state. So, so it's all about the money. It's all about the money. Our poor children are the victims. I mean, this is worse than slavery of early America, because in slavery, at least there were slaves. There were handfuls of slaves that found a way to get their voice heard, that found their way to escape to the North. And it was only when their voices became heard on a platform that the issue of slavery became so huge. A lot of people want to say it was Abraham Lincoln or Harriet Beecher Stowe or Sojourner, what's her name? Sojourner Truth, right? But it was about getting people freed and then getting their voice heard. So this year, I was able to get a foster child to be able to testify between our legislative body, and you could hear a pin drop. I mean, there were people who were just
They didn't
listening to,
want that. They
they
did
did
not want
not
that.
want that. And he told about the psychotropic medication that he was put on. He was told about how they're still holding his sisters hostage in the system. I mean, he was so traumatized for 4 years. For 4 years, from the time he was 8, actually 5, from the time he was 8 until he was 13, he was so traumatized by the system. And here's why people go like, well, why was he removed? What was happening? His there had been abuse in the home by a father, not by the mother, and he may have even been a stepfather. The mother never abused the children. She was working, the children got injured while she was working, and she reported it. The guy went to jail, and they still would not give mother her children back. She doesn't use drugs, she works, she has a home. She was doing everything she could to take care of her 5 children, and they took them because they were worth so much money. It's all about the money, and it's all your tax money. Every bit of it is your tax money. And then you have corporations trying to get in the game, like, the Dave Thomas Foundation supporting adoption. And now they're throwing more money at the destruction of the family instead of
Absolutely.
supporting
Your
family.
501c's people and your nonprofits are just as equally complicit, if not even sometimes in some situations worse than the actual agencies that are committing these heinous offenses. And also, I like that you brought up the fact that the monetary obligation and gain that these people are trying to make off of profiting against our children's, heinous acts against them. And this includes those that found out that trauma is profitable in the advocacy world that I would bring out. I would like to send the message universally to all those out here that are victims in this, that are wanting to help in the victim, of these victims out here, the family court movement, or against Title 4D, 4E, or just in a fight in general. You want to first make sure that do not give these people claiming to be fighting for these children and claiming to be advocates a penny. Give them your time, but do not give them a dime, because I'm telling you now, a majority of them are out here realizing that trauma is profitable and that they are going to continue to get there and exploit these babies with no foundation-based success themselves. And
Yep.
with that
And
being said, they will be spreading misinformation to the masses to retain your children in custody, to where you're not able to sit there to defeat the system, and you're right back where you started again because you listen to some nutter trying to sit there and take advantage of you just because they found out that they could take advantage of children by profiting off of their traumas.
yeah, that is so true, and yeah, that the trauma is profitable. That's exactly right. I've not said it that way before, but it is. And these children are being traumatized. I mean, they're traumatizing the children, and then they're profiteering off of them, right? I mean, this
Yep.
is as bad. I mean, if any people out there are finally waking up to the fact that, as a country, we've been poisoned by all kinds of crazy poisons. I mean, in everything from our food and our atmosphere and our water. I mean, these children are being mentally poisoned and, sometimes even worse. And, you are 12 times more likely to be abused in foster care than you are by your own parent and your own family. I mean, these children are at risk. You are placing a child in the home of a stranger, and these foster parents, there is nothing special about a foster parent. They're not trained physicians. They're not child psychologists. They're not child therapists. They're just people with a high school degree who doesn't have a current criminal case pending. They can even have a past criminal record, by the way. And yet, if a parent has their child removed and they want to have a relative take care of their child, they are not allowed to do it if there's any type of criminal history, all the way back like 20 years. I have a case, and here's what we do, what we're trying to do, and sometimes we have to do it one case at a time. But, you know, with Family Forward Project, we're educating people and we're trying to train them on what's going on. And we reach out and we support people, and we get parents who've been through the system to support other parents and prop them up and encourage them and stand by them and be somebody they can talk to. And then we reach out to relatives and work with relatives, and we're putting the complaints together and sending the complaints in. We're putting it on the news. We have news channels who are working with us now to show how gross the system is and how they are abusing children. Our most recent news story was about a 4-year-old who had autism, who had been in 20 placements in 100 days. That's moving a child every 4 to 5 days, and they throw them into what they call transition centers, which are like little jails, really. It's like if a criminal goes to a jail, right, they'll hold them a few days before they send them to a prison, or they'll put them there after they go to court. They're imprisoning children, and they're mentally scarring and mentally abusing these children and scarring them for life. And this is happening in every state of the union, and some states are worse than others. And, you know, here in Tennessee, central to the eastern half of the United States, I'm continuously reaching out to all the states around the eastern part, but I also get people contacting me from Arizona, New Mexico, California, Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana. And here in the U.S., Florida, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, they are all reaching out, telling us that this is going on everywhere. This is happening everywhere. And if you're a poor child, look out. Because if you live in a family that's struggling to pay the rent, struggling to have utilities, just want to make your bills paid, are really working paycheck to paycheck just to make sure your family's secure, you are literally like one paycheck away from losing your children.
And this is so factual, is that again, that the risk assessment that they do, we tell everybody, only way that you're going to be able to protect yourself is know the basics, the foundational principles to be able to do such. Rule number one with anyone and everyone, we tell everybody, you record. Learn your recording rights of your state. You record, you document everything. Every engagement, every phone call, every piece of paperwork, every single type of home visit, any type of visitation with your child over at the facilities. You want to document and record every single thing.
Yep,
Second,
document.
Gilbert,
Yep,
I want to
record,
remind
record,
everybody
document,
that you
document.
don't have to cooperate with these people's investigations. These caseworkers and child protective services are not duly sworn law enforcement officers. They do not have any type of legal authority to arrest, criminally charge, or anything else along those lines. And with that being said, you as a people do not have any obligation whatsoever to cooperate with any investigation. Do not sign anything without having an attorney look over it very thoroughly to tell you yes or no if that's a good idea. Third
Oh
thing,
my
do
gosh.
not cooperate with an investigation with these agencies. We tell everybody that if you are going to speak with them, if you are going to engage, ask questions only. Do not make statements. And fourth and foremost, this should be rule number one, build a village. Because without that village, you are not. You will be more susceptible to this tyranny. You'll be more susceptible for this government to be able to come in, swoop in, snatch your children, and there's no one that's going to be there to help you. And
Well,
what I
and
mean
I
by
tell,
building a village,
mhm.
find like-minded parents. Volunteer in your community. Go ahead and sit there and get engaged with others like-minded as well. Building that village makes you less susceptible to be able to have somebody be able to come after you, your family, your children, and more of a bond to be able to fight back with. So with all those factors combined, QR codes there in the app that we're sending out today, share with everybody. It's the Parents Bible to learn how to protect yourself, your family. And Connie, what you have been doing as far as trying to push the ending of qualified immunity extended to the family courts in the Sixth Circuit, we're honored to be a part of that with you, and we are pushing like hell now in the state of Ohio to end it entirely.
Yeah, and I want to say something else about the CPS and the engagement. I tell everybody cooperate with boundaries. So, you can give your name to people, but people need to understand how to ask questions. You're exactly right. So if they say to you, because I talk to parents all the time who have gotten trapped in the system, and if they say, well, they told me I couldn't have the court records, I'm like, ask why. Did you ask them why? Like they told me they were going to, give my child vaccinations. I'm like, did you ask why? They told me I couldn't record. Did you ask why? People have got to not allow, just because they have a government badge on doesn't mean you cannot ask them questions. I don't know if anybody goes back during COVID, there's a viral video out there of me at Wells Fargo Bank when they were trying to make me wear a mask inside Wells Fargo in the spring. I think it was 2021 by then. I wouldn't do it. And they were trying to make me wear one. And I said, why? What's the rule? What's the law? Show me. And so people have got to know how to do that. Say, show me. Ask why. Understand that the government are the employees of the taxpayers. And if there's a rule or regulation, you're entitled to know it. I know you've got a program to start, so I'm going to get off of here, but I will be watching. Hope to talk to you later, Justin.
I appreciate it, Connie, for coming on. Again, keep up the good work. Keep up the fight. We love the hell out of y'all.
Thank you.
And go have
You
a good
too.
day,
Stay at
Charlene.
it.
We'll see y'all soon.
Okay, stay at it.
Well, guys, that was Connie coming in to give us our support as well. And again, this is a movement throughout the entire nation. We're bringing in everybody. This is a call out to all true advocates out there. We're looking for warriors, generals, frontline mama bears, papa bears that are pissed off saying they had enough. Time to stand up, and this is how we do it. I'm having to stand back away from our podium over here. We're going to be at the Hartville Flea Market today from 7 to 7. We're encouraging everyone to come out here. Sign your petitions to end the qualified immunity extended to all government officials throughout the state of Ohio. We want you to fill out your community survey if you've been affected by the family courts, if you've been affected by law enforcement, or if you've been affected by any government entities and you're looking for accountability and you haven't got it, get in touch with us. You can fill it out anonymously, or you can leave your contact information and we'll share it on the Canton Hall of Shame platform. We encourage all of y'all to come out. If you haven't come out yet, we're going to be sending some special speakers here at noon to speak out to the public, to empower you about your rights, the knowledge of such, to protect you and your family. Scan the QR code, get a copy of your parents' Bible. And we got some gifts and goodies as well for the kids that come out. Get a free sticker, a little goodie bag and such. And guys, let's honor them and honor these veterans the way that we're supposed to for Memorial Day. And for those that gave the ultimate sacrifice, again, let's all stand up. So signing out tonight, and hope to see you guys out here. Join us in the movement, guys. Have a good day.